I recorded all my workouts after my implant-based reconstruction surgery. This video covers the exercises that I did in weeks 7 to 12 after surgery. Hi America, I'm a breast cancer thriver and a chiropractor. I did another video for my workouts for the first 6 weeks after surgery, and I put the link in the description below. I set the exact same guidelines that I did for the first 6 weeks after surgery. The exercises need to be pain-free. By 8 weeks post-surgery, many of the restrictions for physical activity were lifted, so I was able to do much more at this stage. For reference, my implants were subpectoral or under the muscle. So you'll probably notice that I did do some modifications for chest exercises because of this. Each week I would continue many of the same exercises, so I'm just introducing mostly the ones that I added in new each week. Week 7 was a really big week for new exercises. For upper body, I did some one-arm movements like clean and jerks and snatches, and I did both of these movements with a 25-pound dumbbell. As the weight gets heavier with both of these movements, I often notice that my radiated side feels weaker, but for this weight, I didn't notice the difference too much. I did lat pull downs with the weight at 5, which I'm not exactly sure what this equates to in pounds. I did some barbell movements, starting off with shoulder presses with 45 pounds. These were more challenging because my shoulder range of motion wasn't back to what it was before because of radiation fibrosis. I did a few other barbell movements like push jerks and split jerks, both with 45 pounds. For incline chest press, I did 5 pounds, which felt pretty easy, so then I progressed to 8 pounds. You can see how I'm being a bit more careful with chest exercises as compared to some of the other movements. For lower body, I did lateral step-ups using just my body weight. I added front squats with 75 pounds and overhead squats from the rack with the same weight. The front squats were actually harder than the overhead squats because of the position my arm is in to hold the bar. I was fortunate that my shoulder range of motion with my arms up overhead was quite good at this stage. I did 2 variations of lunges, reverse lunges with 45 pounds and walking lunges with a 35-pound bar. I added in deadlifts with 85 pounds. Deadlifts were a movement that I omitted for quite a number of months because it aggravated my shoulder with the radiation fibrosis. So this weight felt much heavier than it would have otherwise because I hadn't been doing it for so long. For core, I did side plank on my feet and held it for about 30 seconds. My radiated side was definitely weaker and still is, so I noticed quite a difference doing this side to side. I also did planks on my hands, holding 45 seconds, and bird dogs, which are also great for your back. For week 8 upper body, I added in thrusters with 20 pounds. This is a combination movement of squat and shoulder press. I did upright push-ups and mostly did the elbows in variation that targets the triceps more. I felt pretty weak doing these as I purposely hadn't been doing chest exercises very much since my double mastectomy. I did the rower and was able to pull with more intensity than I had been able to in previous weeks. I did a few barbell complexes which target both your upper and lower body. A snatch grip push press and drop snatches with the 35-pound bar. For core, I did ab mat sit-ups using my arms and dead bugs also using my arms. I eagerly awaited the end of 8 weeks as I wanted to be conservative in adding in a few movements once I was past this time frame post-surgery. So in week 9, I introduced 2 of my favorite movements, barbell snatches and cleans. Snatches were much easier in terms of positioning on my shoulders. I started with 35 pounds and then progressed to 55 pounds. The shoulder range of motion required to do cleans was more affected with radiation, so it was harder to get into that position. I did the 35-pound bar first and then progressed to 55 pounds. For upper body, I increased the weight on incline chest press to 10 pounds, and then 12 pounds, and then 15 pounds. I purposely waited until 8 weeks was done to increase the difficulty for chest exercises. I also added in push presses with 20-pound dumbbells. This is kind of like a shoulder press, but you're using your legs for a bit of momentum to raise the weight up overhead. For lower body, I did a few 200-meter run repeats, nice and easy. I also did skipping double unders, so 2 revolutions per jump. I wanted to be pretty conservative with adding in these bounding type movements like the running and the skipping. So I waited until this time frame to do that. For core, I added in some kipping knee raises. So these are knee raises with just a little bit of a swing. And I actually felt some tension right below my breast area just from the traction of hanging. And because I was so far from surgery, it was actually okay to feel this, but had I felt this if I were maybe 3 weeks post-surgery, I would have stopped. In addition to weights, I also did some biking and swimming this week. For week 10 upper body, I did bar hangs holding for about 20 seconds. So this again helps to traction the shoulder and arm and torso. This is also a great exercise for grip strength and overall shoulder health. I did a few handstand holds against the wall holding for about 20 seconds each time. Because the handstands felt pretty good, I also added in something called wall walks. Usually this movement is started where you're flat on your stomach, so in a bottom of a push-up, but I started this movement just in a plank position, so on my hands and my feet, as I was avoiding push-ups. I felt much weaker doing these than when I used to do them. For lower body, I did overhead reverse lunges with a 25-pound dumbbell. This felt much better than when it did after my double mastectomy surgery, as my cording symptoms at that time and the tension that I felt in my underarm area was so much more as compared to what it was after my exchange surgery. If you've watched a bunch of my videos already and you're not subscribed, consider it. For week 11 upper body, I did kettlebell swings with a 35-pound kettlebell. Then I added in feet-assisted pull-ups. Sometimes I did these on one of those multi-gym equipment pieces, and then I just used my feet to assist me in pulling myself up. Other times I did this on a low bar with my feet on the ground. This is another area where I felt quite weak. I had been limiting pull-up type movements because it aggravated my shoulder, radiation fibrosis again. So I was happy to be using the wrist distance of my feet to get myself up. I also did some banded pull-ups using one of those really thick green bands. And at this stage, I was doing just about half the range of motion. And as the weeks progressed, I worked my way up to doing a full movement using the band. I felt really weak doing these too. For lower body, which also combines some upper body, I did wall balls with 14-pound balls. For week 12 upper body, I did a barbell movement called push jerks, first at 65 pounds, and then I progressed this to 75 pounds. I added in dips on a bench. These felt fine, and I actually could have added dips in much earlier than this. For lower body, I did good mornings with a 35-pound bar. Then I increased the weight for some of my lifts with a barbell. I did snatches going up to 70 pounds and then cleans going up to 85 pounds. For core, I progressed those knee raises to toes to bar, and I was pretty excited to add these back in as these are one of my favorite movements. I went out and tried playing tennis with my son this week. I felt my pec muscle activate a little more than I liked, so we just ended up hitting the ball pretty leisurely. I hope this gives you a framework on how to reintroduce exercises into your routine, especially if you're active. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.